Hi, my name is Nancy. Welcome to my channel, Running with Scissors. Have you ever bought any fabric from an estate sale? Well, I did. Stick around and I'll tell you all about it. Welcome to my sewing room. I thought you might want to get a little different view of my sewing room. Usually I sit on the other side of the table. That way you can kind of see where I keep my sewing machines and you can see more of my artwork. Okay, estate sales. What made me decide to go to an estate sale? Well, I haven't had a lot of luck getting fabric at thrift shops. I've found patterns, but not a lot of fabric. So I was thinking the other day, maybe I'll check out estate sales. What you can do is get on your computer and Google estate sales in your area. And then they'll ask you how far out you want to go. And I put maybe 20 miles and they will pop up the different ones that are coming up. And I found one that was about a half an hour from my house. So then they also will go through the house and they will take pictures of what's for sale. So I'm scrolling through and that looks like fabric. Even bolts of fabric. I found bins of fabric in the pictures. I thought, this might warrant me looking into it. So I got up the first morning they had the sale and I got there. There were quite a few people waiting to get in the house and they make you take a number. So they didn't have so many people in the house at once. So I went in and I went straight to where the fabric was, and whoever lived in this house, they sewed, they did cross stitch and other things like that. So I started looking around and I ended up getting around 25 yards of fabric and it cost me about $2 per yard. So I thought I got a pretty good deal. So let me show you what I found. This first fabric looks like a batik. Let me get you, let me take off the tag here. Let me show it to you a little bit closer. Isn't it pretty? And I think it's a batik because with batik fabric, it's dyed all the way through. Dyed all the way through. I love that color. And this is about 1.5 yards. Well, when I got the fabric, it was wrapped around one of those fabric boards. And when I opened it up, inside was a yard of this. Not sure what I'm going to do with this, but it certainly is different, isn't it? Let me open it up for you. There you go. So I'm not sure what I'll do with that. All right. The next thing is 2 yards of 100% cotton. Oh, that's kind of pretty. I'm not sure. Maybe a shirt, a pair of shorts. I don't know. I thought that was kind of pretty. Okay. The next thing is 3 yards of a yellow seersucker. Look at this. I don't know about you, but I like seersucker. Okay. The next couple of things I have are some flannel. This is 4 1/3 yards of a flannel. And after I was looking at the flannel, let me show you the other one. This is 3 yards of this. So we got 4 1/3 of this flannel and 3 yards of this. And after I was looking at it, I'm thinking, this new look pattern would be really cute to make with either of them as a jumper. So I'll be saving this for wintertime, but I think that either of them will make a really, really cute jumper. Okay, put this over here. And then this one actually was already wrapped around this bolt. It was 3 inches less than 3 yards of a cotton plaid. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? That'd make a really nice shirt, maybe a long sleeve shirt. And then the last one, after I washed it, I had to iron it to get it back on the bolt. It's almost 8 yards, and it's called SR Raindrop, but on the end of the bolt it says Shell Rummel. Shell Rummel. So I guess the SR Raindrop, the SR means Shell Rummel. But let me show you what it looks like. Let me open it up a little bit for you. I guess it does kind of look like raindrops. Open it up a little bit and let you see it. I guess it kind of looks like raindrops. What do you think? Does that look like raindrops to you? Well, anyway, got almost 8 yards of this. Haven't got a clue what I'm going to make with it. Anybody got any ideas of what to make with this? There sure's a lot of it. There was quite a bit of fabric there. I found 2 or 3 that were already wrapped up on the fabric boards, but the one fabric that was kind of interesting looked really, really faded. It looked like that wasn't the color it was supposed to be. It looked really, really faded, so I let that go. But she had all kinds of fabric there. A lot of it were smaller batches, maybe for people that like to quilt, that type of thing. Of course, I was looking for things to make garments out of, so I thought I did pretty well, about 25 yards and about $2 a yard. So now I've got to come up with ideas to make with this fabric. So if you've never thought about doing this before, just get online, look for estate sales in your area. And as I said, usually they will take pictures throughout the house, and that way you can kind of scroll through and see if there's anything that might be worth your time to go to the house. And so, yeah, I was pretty pleased with what I found over at this estate sale. And I may, every once in a while get online and look and see if anybody else has anything. She did have a sewing machine there. I don't know how old it was. It looked old. It was in a case, not a carrying case, but the kind of an upright case. It looked like it was an old Singer, but it was dusty. And when I looked in it, not only was it dusty, there were cobwebs in it. And there's no way of knowing if that thing would work or not. And they wanted $125 for it, and I decided I didn't have room in my sewing room for it anyway, and not knowing even if it worked, because I wouldn't want it if it didn't work. I wouldn't want it just for decoration. I want it, to actually work and sew with it. So I left that alone. I doubt that thing gets sold. I'd be surprised. So, okay, well, that's what I found at this estate sale near my house. If you've ever been to one, let me know. Did you find anything interesting? Not just fabric, but maybe sewing notions or a sewing machine, that type of thing. All right. Well, that's what I have for you today. I'll be back on Friday with Friday Sews. I have made one thing already, got something made. I'm getting ready to cut out another item. They're not even for me this time. They're for a couple of my granddaughters. So you all take care, and God bless you. Goodbye.